Hi Aquarius, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Aquarius, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. Going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. This is for Aquarius Spirit for their highest good. Take what resonates with you, Aquarius, and leave the rest. Two cards for Aquarius. All right, so you have Journey by Moonlight, believe in magic. Wow, this is nice. So really believe in magic, believe that everything's going to fall into place, everything's going to work out, be positive, just believe in it, what harm can it be, And then it says unknown territory. You're exactly where you need to be. Wow. So definitely, if you thought you weren't on the right path, you are definitely where you're supposed to be. Even if it seems unfamiliar, you guys, you are where you are supposed to be. Okay, so be careful, tread carefully. All right, so let's see. All right, so Aquarius, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Aquarius Spirit. One for the current, one for the situation, one for the past or now, one for what's hidden, one for the hopes and fears. Wow, you came into your own reading, Aquarius. Look at that. Star card is here. One for what you need to do now. Oh, okay. What you need to work on. The outcome. Whoa. Wow. Look at that. You even got the High Priestess. So really use your intuition, you guys, okay? Trust your inner knowing, your inner knowledge, really trust that. We start off with the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune is talking about that new things are coming in. There's a cycle that's closing, but new experiences, new things are coming in. So it's nice. So this is very, very good. You're on like a new path. You're definitely moving on to a new path. You do have the Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands is talking about, believing in yourself, knowing that you can do anything, the choices you're making, the decisions you're doing, really believe in yourself. Nice. Then you have the Two of Wands here. The Two of Wands is talking about making plans, maybe you're not telling anybody, or you have plans that you're trying to make or create. I feel like you need to find your patience. I also feel like there's a decision that you were contemplating about. So it's very nice, like this. We'll see more with the cards when they come out. You also have the Five of Wands here for the what's hidden. You could be learning something new very soon. I feel like usually the Five of Wands is like of anger, but I don't feel it with this card. If you look at it, this card is talking about like working together, we'll see what the other cards say if it comes out like that. But I feel like you're learning something new. Like a new trade or something. You do have the Star card here, and I feel like you're starting to feel better, or you're wanting to feel better, and you will. I feel like you're going to be rejuvenated. Your emotions are going to be balanced, but I also feel like you're in your emotions a lot. Thank you, Spirit. You do have the Ten of Pentacles here for what you need to do now. Enjoy life. I know you're trying to establish yourself, trying to create that strong foundation, but, enjoy the material success that you do have, because I do feel like there is something here that is trying to come in for you. Some kind of material success or extra money coming in. Wow. And then you have the Empress card for what you need to work on. Really need to work on taking care of yourself better. Remember your first priority. I feel like you're birthing a lot of ideas, and somebody around you could be pregnant, or you could be pregnant, so definitely, wow, that's nice. Really nurture yourself. Do something you love. Take care of yourself more. Self-care. Oh, nice. And then you have the Three of Cups here. I do feel like you're trying to communicate with more people, like put more people into your life, get together, and I do feel like you enjoy it. I feel like you are going towards celebration. You have a lot of support from people, even people you don't know. They're just watching you, and they just, see this. You see the support, so it's very nice. Wow, very nice, Aquarius. All right, so Aquarius, like I said, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. The Wheel of Fortune. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. One more card. Nice. All right. So, like I said, you do have the Emperor card here. The Emperor is talking about like you going back into your power, being a leader that you should be. There is a cycle here that has closed, right? There's a new cycle that's closed, and it's good because a new cycle is opening for you. And I also feel like there's going to be a lot of new experiences coming through, changes coming through also. And with the Emperor card here, I also feel like you're doing your own thing, feeling more confident, having that discipline, being courageous, knowing that you're able to handle anything that comes your way. And you do, and you will. You have the Two of Pentacles here, and the Two of Pentacles is talking about really juggling everything, trying to keep everything balanced. And I do feel like you are. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities around you also. You're trying to adapt to all these changes that are coming through. And I feel like there could also be traveling, or even making a decision, contemplating about a decision. So it's nice. You do have the Page of Wands, Aquarius, for the situation. And let's see what that is. One more card. Oh. Wow. Okay. So, all right, so you do have the Page of Wands, like I said. I'm sorry, the Page of Wands here. So with the Page of Wands, you really try to believe in yourself. I feel like you need to believe in yourself more. I feel like you need to be open to explore different things around you. And I do feel like there is change coming in for you. So it's nice, but it's like you need to try things too. They want you to explore new experiences, try to think out of the box, do something different. Not the same thing over and over, but like do something different with it, experience these things that are going on in your life. Okay. I also feel like I also feel with the Hierophant and the Hermit are both here. So these are teachers. And I feel like you are trying to have, like, you want to learn something new, right? And that's what they're trying to tell you. Like a teacher, like you want to learn something different, and I feel like could be somebody coming in to teach you something different. And I feel like, it's a mentor or somebody who just has that education. I feel like that's coming in for you. And I also feel like you need to also look like if there's signs that are giving you, hey, go this way, do this, if there's something that you've been wanting to do, then I feel like it's time to do it, to believe in yourself, to try something new. I do feel like you are looking for some kind of answers. I do feel like you are very divinely guided. And I do feel like you need to take time for yourself and go within, really try to go within. And that's meditation, really clear your energy all the time. Okay. Because it may not be as important to you, but it is important because, we're living in a world of chaos, a lot of chaos, and you really need to clear that energy. You have the Two of Wands here for the past, and the past is talking about making a decision, making plans. Maybe you're making plans for the future, making plans for a trip or some kind. I do feel like you are making a decision. I feel like you need to find your patience about things because, you want to do a lot of things, Aquarius, but, you really need just to be calm and have patience about things. I feel like there's traveling here. I feel like, a lot of good things are coming in for you. Just have patience for everything. Okay. Be calm and have patience. And I do feel like it's now. You have the Five of Wands up here for the what's hidden. And why is the Five of Wands here? Two of Wands. Wow, that's crazy. So you have the Two of Wands here. Remember how I said it's now, so it is now. So it's here again, here, you know. I do feel like wow, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so you could be angry about something because I feel like, you know, for some of you guys, you could be learning some kind of new trade or some kind of jealousy is here that other people don't like, or maybe there's some people that are jealous of you, what you're doing, you know, like, you know, you're living your life, you know, you're not even doing anything, but you're living your life, you know, your own way, and you're not posting any drama or negative things or anything like that. And I feel like people are doing anything. You're keeping things to yourself, you know, you're just doing your thing, right? And I feel like there's people around you that are very jealous of you. That's what I'm getting at that. And they're telling me that. But I still feel like you are trying to make some kind of plans. I could feel like I feel like you're trying to make some kind of decision, and it could be some kind of legal decision also. But they're trying to tell me that you know, you are trying to move forward and make plans. You know, you just need to have patience for everything that's going on. You know, try to go with the flow. I do feel like things are going to balance out for you. I do feel like there is a truth here that you saw, that you're seeing. You're seeing a lot of truth right now, and you really need to everything, I mean, not you, but everything is going to balance out for you. Okay, just be careful on those jealous people. I don't know why or what that's from, but that's for a message for somebody. It's like kind of like just telling you, you know, there are people out there that just do not like you for some reason. But I feel with the Justice card here, I feel like, you know, you always speak the truth and you are truthful, and that things are going to balance out for you. You have the Star card, which is your card, Aquarius, the Star card. And I feel like you're going to start feeling better. I feel like that's something that you want. You know, you've been keeping your emotions, you've been trying to heal. So let's see. Why is the Star? Oh, okay. One more card. Wow. Okay. You know, you're definitely trying to make some kind of decision here because it keeps popping out at me. You know, and it's not a bad thing, but they're asking you to be really, you know, cautious about it, you know, take your time with it and not rush with it. I feel like you're very worried about something. I feel for some of you guys, you're in your mind a lot about everything. You know, you do have the Nine of Swords here that popped out. The Nine of Swords is talking about, you know, you're worrying, you're frustrated, you know, you don't know what's going to happen next, you know, you're always, you know, thinking about the, you know, things that shouldn't be thought of, you know, negative, you know. And then with the Two of Cups, I do feel like, you know, there is some kind of offer coming in. I also feel like you're connected with somebody, like you have a connection with somebody, and that you could be making a decision about them, like a relationship or something here. I feel like you need to trust your higher self, trust your intuition on things, and use your intuition when you're making choices. Okay, but you really need to start going within. Okay, because you want to feel better, and you will feel better, but you need to start going within and meditating and clearing your mind and staying and being high vibrational, you know, and being positive instead of negative. To believe in miracles, you know, to believe that everything is going to fall into place. That's what you need to do, okay? And then you have the Ten of Pentacles up here and what you need to do now. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? One more card. Interesting. So you do have the Ten of Pentacles. Yes, the Ten of Pentacles. Like I said, you know, you're trying to establish yourself. You know, you already know what you want. You want a good life. You want to be happy. You want to share the wealth with everybody, you know, because that's just the kind of person you are. You know, you will get that material success, but you just need to have patience. Really, I also feel like you really need to rest. You know, take it easy and rest, because for some reason I feel like you're just like extremely tired, and you need to start taking it easy and start taking care of yourself more. Wow. Okay. I feel like you're also going through healing. I feel like if you rest, the more you rest, the more clear you'll be, and that you'll make the right decisions. Also, with the page, I mean the Knight of Cups. I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups is here. I do feel with the Knight of Cups, I do feel like you need to follow your heart. Follow your heart. Have that compassion and that forgiveness in your heart. Also, you could be very loving, Aquarius, but you could also be very cold. Also, they did you wrong, so you cut them off right away. And that's just an Aquarian, their way of doing things, and it's because you don't want to go through that no more. You don't want to hurt. You don't want to feel the pain. That's just you. But really have that compassion and forgiveness in your heart, that love in your heart also. They're asking you to follow your heart, to trust your intuition. I feel like you're moving towards a lot of good things, and I feel like you are establishing yourself. You're going to establish yourself. You're going to get up there. You're going to do something very strong, but you still need to follow your heart and follow your dreams. You have the Empress card here for what you need to work on. Wow. That's crazy. All right. So Aquarius, you are going through a big healing. I'm just letting you know right now. So the Empress is here. She's very loving. She's very compassionate. She has a lot of ideas, and that's you. Put your ideas out there. It's time. I do feel like there is abundance here. I feel like you need to use your finances wisely. I also feel like you're going to have a lot of ideas, and there's somebody pregnant around you. So just know that. With the Six of Cups here, you're definitely going through a lot of healing right now. Your emotions are going back and forth, up and down. You're feeling a lot, and that's just a given. You do feel a lot, but I feel like you're also being very nostalgic, you need to start thinking about happy times, being happy when, those times, instead of being the negative of who got you mad, who left your life, stuff like that. I feel like you really need to look at, because I feel like you've been thinking, you're thinking about everything that has been done wrong to you, but that you're not, you need to change that energy. Like, really look at all the good times. Even though they're not in your life, they still were learning lessons that you had to go through in your life to get to where you're at. Okay. For some of you guys, I also feel like there could be somebody coming back to give you an apology. I don't know, somebody, an ex, could be siblings, somebody's coming back. That's for somebody out there. And then you have the Temperance card here. Temperance is saying that you're very divinely guided, Aquarius. You are, keep everything balanced no matter what, your home, your family, yourself, your emotions, your health, very much. Keep it all balanced, okay? Just keep everything balanced. Be calm about things. Have patience for everything. I do feel like this is your path where you're supposed to be, even though you feel like you're not. This isn't what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be here. Wow. And then you have the Three of Cups. And why is the Three of Cups here? On my card. Wow. So like I said, you're very loving. People love you. You start off with this Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is talking about, support, being with friends, family, happiness, together, getting together, community, together, being out there with friends, or just putting yourself out there. I feel like with the Queen of Cups here, I feel like, you need to start nurturing yourself and trusting your intuition more, because you did get this card here, and you also got this card. You got a lot of cards here that say that you need to start opening up your intuition a little bit more. But with the Queen of Cups, really, like I said, have that forgiveness and that compassion, okay? Set boundaries around you, to where, no negative people are going to bring you down or make you feel like you're nothing. Okay, so really set those boundaries there. And then you have the tower. Things are changing for the better. I feel like this is a good tower. I feel like you had to go through all this healing, through all this change to get to where you're at, and to see everything differently. And I feel like things are going to change more because you're still moving forward. So it's good. This is very nice. I love it. So be ready. All right. So Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will definitely see you next time. God bless.